There are many mysteries in our world, but few are as perplexing as the Egyptian pyramids. How did ancient man move such huge stones, and why did they build these enormous structures in the first place? In this video, we will answer these questions and uncover the secrets of the pyramids. Be sure to watch till the end. You won't regret it. Hello, my dear viewers. If you're not yet subscribed, please do so. And don't forget to like this video. Every small thing counts and motivates us to create more quality content for you. Thank you very much. The pyramids of Egypt are the oldest and only remaining structures of the ancient world. Built as tombs for the pharaohs, their construction began around 2600 BC with the Third Dynasty of Egypt and continued for several centuries. The last pyramid was built during the Sixth Dynasty around the year 2180 BC. Why did the Egyptians suddenly stop building pyramids is a question that has not yet found a definitive answer. In total, archaeologists have discovered 118 pyramids in Egypt, although most of them are in a dilapidated state. The largest and most famous pyramids were built during the Fourth Dynasty. These include the Great Pyramid of Giza, which served as the burial place of Pharaoh Khufu. It is the oldest of the three and stands at 146.5 meters. Next comes the Pyramid of Khafre, which was built a few decades later and is slightly smaller than its predecessor at 143 meters. The third giant pyramid in this group belongs to the Pharaoh Menkaure. It is 65 meters high and is also the smallest of the three. It is generally accepted that the construction of the pyramids was made possible by slaves. However, this theory is not confirmed by any historical sources. Moreover, there are no written records of the entire construction process. All we know about the construction comes from the analysis of the available materials. A popular but unconfirmed theory claims that the stones were transported on sledges. This is evidenced by deep grooves in some stones. This theory is supported by the fact that the stone blocks used in the lower parts of the pyramid are much larger than those used in the upper parts. It is believed that this was done on purpose to make it easier to roll the blocks. In addition, some blocks have holes drilled into them, which could be used to insert a lever or pole. This suggests that the stones were literally herded together like a flock of sheep. But still, such work would require colossal physical strength. Another hypothesis claims that the stones were moved using a ramp. According to this version, the Egyptians built long and wide earthen ramps near the future pyramid. They then used levers to roll the stones up the ramp. Some researchers even suggest that the ramp was spiral-shaped. Regardless of the method used, all of these assumptions indicate that building a pyramid was a painstaking and lengthy process. The workforce must have been enormous, and here's where the next big question arises. Who built the pyramids? Modern scholars believe that pyramids were built by slaves. However, this theory is not backed by any written evidence. Most likely, the construction involved a large number of free Egyptians who paid taxes in kind. This is evidenced by the fact that the pyramids were built during the annual flooding of the Nile. During this time, the fields were already saturated with water, and it was impossible to pay taxes in the form of food. Thus, people were forced to work. According to another theory, the construction of the pyramids was carried out by special teams of builders who traveled from city to city. They were supposedly called when a new pyramid was needed, and they stayed at the construction site until its completion. There is some evidence to support this theory. For example, the fact that the builders used sophisticated tools, including chisels and hammers. Such tools were not available to slaves. Additionally, many tools have been found near the pyramids, indicating that they may have belonged to the builders. In general, the construction of each pyramid took about 20 years. It is hard to say whether the builders lived during this time on the construction site or came from other cities. Perhaps it was a mixture of both. After all, building pyramids was considered an honor, and people from different parts of the country wanted to participate in the construction of a great structure. Each pyramid had its own architects who drew up plans for the construction, and made sure that all work was done according to plan. The architects, along with the builders, were highly respected members of society. Unfortunately, over the centuries, the Egyptians forgot their writing, language, leaving us with very little information about the construction of these grandiose structures. Many researchers argue that the Egyptians used a complex system of gears and pulleys to build the pyramids. However, such mechanisms have never been found in the tombs. Perhaps this is because they were made of wood, which does not tolerate the test of time. Or maybe the Egyptians simply didn't leave such records behind. Whatever the reason, we will probably never know for sure how the pyramids were built. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to like. See you soon. Bye.